Welcome back. All right, so this game ended up being far more entertaining than I had expected. And I mean entertaining in three different ways. You have completely different personalities to each period of this game, which I thought made it highly, highly entertaining and a good way to start what is going to be a full day of hockey with the Oilers and Jets starting in around half an hour from now. So it's Colorado in against Buffalo. You have the number one team in the league against a team that's near the bottom of the league, and it is your classic potential trap game. But Buffalo just played really well. So it's Kemper versus Tokarski, early press by the Avs. However, Kemper comes into this game with a shutout streak. It does not last very long. At 2 minutes and 50 seconds, Tage Thompson scores from Skinner and Tuck. Great shot that ends that streak at 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 56 seconds of game time. And it was the first shot by the Sabres in the game. However, that lead does not last. At 3:35, McKinnon ties it up from Makar and Taves. It was from a sharp angle, too. So the Avs get right back into it, and then the Avs start pressing for the lead. They did get the puck in the net, but the whistle sounds before the puck ends up entering the net. So as upset as they were, it is not a goal. Still 1-1. O'Connor then has a chance that nearly fools Tokarski. It bobbled around, and it looked like it might bounce in, but it did not. Shots are 8-1 in favor of the Avalanche 6 minutes into this. They were manhandling the Sabres, but that first shot by the Sabres went in, so it's tie game, right? So fast pace so far, which I thought favored Colorado. Newhook has a shot that's blocked. Skinner has a blast that's saved. Second shot for the Sabres arrives at around the halfway mark of the game, or halfway mark of the first period, I should say. Confer then has a net drive that was saved, and then the next one was not. He scores from Aube-Kubel at 11:18. Basically, or no, it was the same shot. Basically, the shot's almost saved, and then it bounces in. One of them bouncing pucks. So Confer from Aube-Kubel at 11:18, but Colorado's lead doesn't last either. At 12:42, Tage Thompson, on the fifth shot of the game for Buffalo, gets their second goal from Skinner and Dahlin. So Skinner with a couple of helpers, Thompson already with 2 goals. And so you ask, how long is it going to be tied? Not long. 20 seconds later, it's Kadri from Nichushkin. That's the 10th shot, meaning we had 5 goals on our first 15 shots in this game. It would not stay at that rate, but it felt like this game might be a 9-8, 10-8 kind of score. And Kadri blasted that one. Sabres nearly answer again. Skinner nearly sets up Thompson for the hat trick at that point. Sabres press with 4.5 minutes left. Good back and forth late in the period as well. With 1:16 left, the Avalanche get themselves a power play. They had a net drive during that. There's a bit of a scrum after that. But we go into the second period with the Avs still on the power play and up 3-2. Sabres finish the kill. The Avs would press afterwards, but Tokarski makes saves there. Both goalies had a rough start. They did recover from said rough start. Asplund can't bury one as the Sabres press back. The shots are 3-1 for the Avs at 4 minutes. So much like the first period, the Avs get off to a very good start. Dump-ins then by the Sabres that the Avs are quick to clear. I am one of those hockey fans that thinks that carrying the puck across the line is more effective than dump and chase. I know that there's differing opinions on that, but that's just how I see it. Dahlin then has a rush chance that deflects out. Much less, though, in the way of really great opportunities for either team in the first half of the period. Sabres would press at 8 minutes. Kadri has a chance that's saved. The Sabres clear it out. Taves then has a chance that's saved and held. Rantanen with a net feed. That leads to some chaos around the net. Avs can't bury it, though. So all that chaos at the net, and the Avs cannot get that puck home, and I was sure they were going to score there. Cousins then with a rush chance that fizzles. Now with 8 minutes left, the shots are now 8-3 for the Avs. So again, it's not a period that sees a ton of opportunities. At 4 minutes, the shots are 3-1, and 8 minutes later, there's been 5 Avs shots to 2 by the Sabres. However, at 12:54, Thompson scores from Samuelsson. That's the hat trick. And that's Tage Thompson's first career hat trick. So he continues to have this fantastic year. The Avs try to answer. They draw themselves a power play, which leads to some Sabres opportunities. There was a shorthanded post for Tuck, and honestly, it was a really good penalty kill. And at that point, it looked more like the Sabres were on the power play. So this is where the Sabres are starting to give the Avalanche some fits. The Sabres did kill it off. Then there's a post for Kadri as the Avs press. McKinnon has a net drive that's defended, but coming out of the second period, the score is 3-3, and it's a pretty legitimate score. Colorado's out shooting them, so Tokarski's recovered again from that iffy start. But yeah, it feels like this game's wide open, and anybody can win it. So in the third, Buffalo seemed to decide, well, we can win this then. So Cousins with a rush, he fires wide. Strong start for the Sabres, and they would keep it going. Compher has a tip saved as the Avs would press. Fitzgerald has a rush chance that's saved. The Avs then press at 7 minutes. Rantanen's denied in close, and the next chance goes wide. Now, some controversy on a goal that ends up being the game winner. Newhook scores from Rantanen at 8:37. But prior to the Avs rushing up the ice, Dahlin, behind the Avalanche net, takes what appears to be a high stick from Jack Johnson. You could also argue it's an interference call because he didn't have the puck. So the fans are already angry because there's not a call on Jack Johnson there. And then the Avs go to the other end of the ice and they score. So that creates some fervor among the crowd. And honestly, they're probably right. There probably should have been a call there if the stick connects with Dahlin, which based on the replay I saw, it looked like it did. So Granato's upset. And yeah, they definitely could have called the high stick. No problem with Don Granato being upset at that. Sabres, though, do get a power play soon after, which did feel like a makeup call. It did. Tuck has a shot that's saved in the slot. Krebs has a chance that's kicked aside. The Avs do kill that off. The Sabres then press with 7.5 minutes left. Cousins has a chance that's saved and held. Thompson has one deflect out, so he was going for that fourth goal of the game. Okposo can't bury one. The Sabres press with 4 minutes left. Kadri with a fast break that's rushed, and he ends up having to fire it wide. So I don't think he got the opportunity that he wanted, but Buffalo defense making sure he has to take that shot from an angle he didn't want to. Nichushkin has a rush chance saved. So the Sabres are trying to get their goalie out. It took until there was 1:26 left to get him out. It was on a whistle. Face-off is going to be in the Avs zone. So they pull the goalie, and they called the timeout as well. Whatever they discussed, it doesn't end up working out. Rantanen steals the puck, and he gets himself an empty net goal at 19:08. The Avs survive a bit of a scare in this one. They win 5-3. They go to 36-9-4 with the win. Buffalo drops to 16-26-8. So again, when I'm watching the MSG feed is what they had on Sportsnet. And again, Rob Ray is delightful. But yeah, this was a good game, and I agree with the announcers that it's a shame these guys don't play each other more if this is how the games are going to be. The shots favored Colorado in the first and second, 14-8 and 11-7 respectively. And then in the third, Buffalo actually outshoots Colorado 17-11. Final shots 36-32 in favor of the Avalanche. Power plays, Colorado 0-2, Buffalo 0-1. The hits 9-8 in favor of the Buffalo Sabres. Not an overly physical game. Kemper saves 29 out of 32, recovers from allowing 2 goals on the first 5 shots to only allow 1 the rest of the way on 27. Tokarski saves 31 out of 35. I thought he played well. And this kind of shows how dangerous the Avs can be, that they kind of had an off game. They still get 5 goals out of it, including the empty netter. So there you go. The Sabres, I thought, played a really strong game against one of, if not the best team in the league right now. And yeah, so Colorado again avoids that dreaded trap, but just barely. It did feel at times like if Buffalo ties this at 4, they'd force some kind of overtime. They could absolutely have won this. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.